talking about the content of his communications with the Russian government during the transition, right? His assertion that he didn't talk about sanctions with the Russian government, that assertion was exposed as a lie when it emerged in multiple news reports that Flynn had been captured by U.S. surveillance, in fact, talking about sanctions with a Russian government official. The piece of this that is about to fall into place, at least it seems like it's about to fall into place, is the question of why Mike Flynn was caught in that U.S. surveillance. Foreign surveillance warrants, foreign surveillance practices allow U.S. agencies to capture the communications of foreigners, of foreign nationals, of non-U.S. citizens. That is not legally controversial. Foreign surveillance warrants and legal foreign surveillance practices by U.S. agencies can capture the communications of foreigners. They are not allowed to capture communications involving Americans. If a foreign person under surveillance establishes communication with a U.S. person, foreign surveillance warrants say that that person, that U.S. person, can't be captured. The American can't be listened in on, can't be surveilled by the U.S. government. But Mike Flynn apparently was. Why is that? Yesterday, we reported that the chairman and the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee wrote a very terse, short, two-page letter to the NSA, the CIA, and the FBI, demanding an answer to that question. Why was Mike Flynn being surveilled? They have given those agencies a deadline of tomorrow to report to them why Mike Flynn, a U.S. person, was captured in U.S. surveillance. They're also asking whether other U.S. persons associated with either the Clinton or Trump campaigns were also captured in U.S. surveillance. They want an explanation. They say by tomorrow. And this is going to be really important and really interesting because those agencies are going to respond. I mean, this isn't just a request from any member of Congress. This is the chairman and the ranking member of the Intelligence Committee. This is an oversight committee. The Intelligence Committee oversees the intelligence agencies. It would be, frankly, unheard of for these agencies to not respond to this request from Schiff and Nunes. It would be a scandal of really significant proportions if the intelligence agencies and the FBI say no to this request and they don't disclose this information to this committee. If they say no, we're not telling you, it's sensitive, we're not going to disclose it to you, that would be a really big deal. That would be a huge break with all past practice. That would be kind of an epic national security moment in our country. And so it is very likely that they're going to respond. In all likelihood, we're going to get, or somebody's going to get, a response from those agencies, and that is going to be, in all likelihood, an explanation for why Mike Flynn ended up in that surveillance. Was it a mistake? In which case, people are going to go nuts. And you're going to hear a lot of calls for the heads of whoever inappropriately allowed this to happen, right? Who inappropriately and maybe even illegally surveilled this U.S. person, thus leading to the firing of the National Security Advisor. If it was a mistake, that is going to be a huge deal. If it was not a mistake, if it was legal and appropriate for them to be surveilling Mike Flynn, well, why would that be? In all likelihood, that would mean that Mike Flynn was the subject of a court-ordered warrant. Was he under criminal investigation or counterintelligence investigation personally during the transition, in which case, oh my God, how did he end up being National Security Advisor? If the intelligence agencies tomorrow do not respond to this, it is a scandal. If the intelligence agencies respond to this and say Mike Flynn was outed for his calls to the Russians inappropriately, maybe illegally, that would be a scandal. If the intelligence agencies respond tomorrow and say no, it was legal and appropriate to be surveilling Mike Flynn because he was under criminal or counterintelligence investigation, that too would be a scandal. It's a scandal if they don't say anything, it's a scandal if they say A, and it's a scandal if they say B, and their choices are A or B. The only way to avoid a major new scandal breaking out on this subject tomorrow is if time stops and we don't get to tomorrow. In which case, I'm going to Guatemala City to go ice skate and relax for a few decades, and you can wake me up when this is all over.